Good morning, good morning. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, we're all set, we're all set. We're fine. We're fine. But good morning. Let me plug in my headset first. But good morning. I assume Frostfire, you're still in chat, right? Okay, good. Everything. Oh, there's no audio because I have nothing in the background playing because I don't want to risk my computer blowing up at this point. But good morning. Hi, hello. How are you doing? How was your day? Good, just moving again. So you've been busy every day. Oh, where are you moving to, Frostfire? New York, nice, nice, nice. New York City or somewhere else in New York, or you don't want to say? Near the Finger Lakes. Hi, Bob. Yes, I did do an everyone today. I, I, Ross, you're gonna have to give me a second. Let me Google what the Finger Lakes. Sir, I read a horror graphic novel like that before. Also, I'm hot. Better than the toe pits. Fair enough. I'll get to ranking songs in a minute. I have to be a good person and start actually putting my stuff out into the world. Super lucky it's not hot in here like it was earlier and the day before yesterday. It was a spicy Mamma Mia. Um, I don't know why it's hot. I don't know why my room's hot today. It shouldn't be this hot. But also, I spent a good chunk of my day out in the sun unintentionally. So I made one financial terrible choice today. Um, so there's this little Mexican store here. It's out in the Heights, and so I went there. Next door is a record shop, and I'm like, okay, cool. Let me go browse. And I'm like, oh, cool. I like it there. I just don't want to go there very often because it's a very tight fit, and only two people can pretty much squeeze through a section together. So, and I'm very fat, so I went there, and I'm browsing, the music. I think Kylie is listed under out indie music. I don't question it. So I'm browsing, and I'm like, okay, cool. They have golden. I have the golden vinyl, and then they have Fever, and I'm like, fuck, I might have to buy Fever today. So I had it in my hands, and then they had her 1994 self-titled album, and I'm like, fuck, which one do I get? So I went with Fever because I like Fever. It's a very fun album. Uh, so that I'm also out $40. So I'm super poor today. Your mom and you disassembled your standing fan, cleaned out the dust from the cage and blades, and nice. I think I threw out my old standing fan because I couldn't figure out a way to unscrew it because they didn't really do me. They didn't really have a way for me to unscrew it. So in the trash it went. But I have a little mini fan, and where I sleep, it's fine. Like it's completely fine where I sleep. It is just by my desk. It's hot because of the window. So I just gotta suffer a little bit today. So I'm hoping stream is decent for right now. We shouldn't have any problems. It was a nice find. It really made my day finding it. So I like it. I think I have. Hold on, let me see. Do I still have it on my phone? I'll put it in the art gallery on Discord. Okay, it's on Discord in the art gallery. And while I was there, so down the street is a toy shop. I never knew this because I never go to that side of town because it's a drive. Um, so I went to this toy shop, hot as hell in there, and I'm enjoying myself. I'm browsing, and then I see, holy shit, they have nothing but Marvel Legends figures. Some are in boxes, but the rest of them, a good chunk of them, are in little plastic boxes to resell. And I'm like, do I want Jean Grey? Do I want the Phoenix? Do I want Scarlet Witch? Do I want this other Scarlet Witch? So I went with one of the Scarlet Witches, and I guess they're having a sale of some kind. Because I got the Scarlet Witch figure cheaper, which I will also post. This is when we're driving back, but I love it so much. It's one of my, I believe it's from the 3-pack with Magneto and Quicksilver, before they retconned her as a not a mutant. So I have her put up on my shelf with all the other Scarlet Witch figures. So I'm excited. But they have a bunch of cool figures, and I would love to go back there again. Our setup is against a giant wall window in our garage door, so I understand. Yeah, it's not a pleasant time. But I love that figure so much. I've been after it too. Because I think it's pretty much the same price even if I order it off eBay, but other people on eBay like to charge an extra $10 for shipping, even though it's very small. Which I understand, but it doesn't weigh that much. So I have her sitting up on the shelf. There's a couple of figures I want to go back for. I got to talk to some of my friends and see if they're going to go. Because I did tell them about it. I'm like, hey, I think your husband would really like the shop. It's really fun. And there's a record store down the street. Yeah, it's honestly... Listen, we don't talk about their feet, Bob. And yes, I'm looking at Discord at the same time. But yeah, I liked it. I really liked that toy store. I really wouldn't go back again. They had a bunch of cool stuff, but I mostly focused on the Marvel Legends figures. They had a few DC things, but not a lot, which is kind of disappointing, but also I really don't like a lot of DC toys. They're really weird. Like, I love the Black Canary. I love Black Canary, but I hate one of the figures they gave her for Identity Crisis. It is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. But over there, I think the only thing I could recognize off the top of my head was a cheetah toy, and I think that's part of Infinite Crisis. I think. Anyway, I digress. Wait, where's my fan? I have a little fan here. Oh, there it is. A paper fan. But yeah, it was a nice little day out in the Heights. Long drive, very long drive. Because we don't take the freeway to get there, we usually take the back ways. And thankfully, I like to read maps, so I can easily point my way over there. Alright, but let's get started, shall we? So the first song is Cowboy Style. It's a song off Impossible Princess from '97. You know what? It's a bop. I like it. Some Kind of Bliss. Also off Impossible Princess. It's okay. I don't think I'd put it... Do I? I know it's on my playlist. But I don't think it's like... It would be at the top of the playlist. Did It Again, a bop. The video for it is fantastic. It's got, four different Kylies. Sorry, they never made a Gambit fan. Honestly, understandable. They really should do a Gambit fan. Oh, but I saw this cool TikTok reel earlier. It's great. It's this cosplayer. She has a what is it? A very dope thing spinning around. So it's basically like floating cards around her spinning in a circle, and it's so cool, and I want to build one. She has the tools listed on her Amazon wish list, and I want one. Breathe. You know what? Iconic. You know what? A bop. I like Breathe. It's very fun, very airy. Say Hey, a bop. I love Say Hey. It's a fun song. So on the Intimate and Live tour, somebody, it was the actual DVD release for it. They edit it it's edited in such a nice way. Every beat they kind of do different camera angles, so one will be in the balcony, one will be right in front of her, and then she's like bathed in this bisexual lighting colors, and I love it. Drunk, it could have been better. I don't like Drunk. I think it's terrible. I'm sorry, I don't like it. I Don't Need Anyone, it's okay. I like it. Jump, also okay. I like it. It's very pop-ish, but it's also influenced by trip-hop music. Limbo, I love Limbo. Limbo is one of my favorite tracks from there. Through the years, I'm sorry, it's a no. That's probably one song I always skip on the album. What are you? I can't tell what this is. I think it's Unstoppable. Well, Unstoppable is a track from her latest album, Disco. Kind of reminds me of Diana Ross a little bit. I think it's another track I tend to skip. Oh, y'all can see better? Oh, okay, hold on. I should probably switch tabs. Hold on. Because I can't see anything over here. On my laptop it's very whatchamacallit. It's very pale. I can barely make out the words. Okay, so let me switch over here. Switching over here. Okay, this is better. I can see. Okay, Dreams. You know what? I think it's iconic. It's the last track on Impossible Princess, and it's very beautiful. Into the Blue. It's a bop. I love it. It's very fun. Million Miles. Also, okay, I'm gonna be real. A lot of these songs are just gonna be under bop. I love Million Miles. It's fun. I was gonna cancel. It's okay. I like the remixes more than I do the actual track. Or even if they had extended the track a little bit, it would have been better. But let's see. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say about I was gonna cancel. It's written by Pharrell Williams, by the way. But I'm sorry, Pharrell. It's not a great song. Sexy Love, also okay. I used to love it. I don't love it as much as I do. It's very. I find the majority of Kiss Me Once lacking. It's not very. There's too many safe plays with her music on that album, and not a lot of it is in a good way. It just feels very generic pop. That it works for Kylie. I think with anybody else, it'd be very forgettable. But you know, Sexercise, iconic. I love it. It's written by Sia. Feels So Good. It's a bop. This is a cover of Tom Aspall, who's also a very fantastic singer. If Only, a bop. I love it. Lessets. You know what? It's going under iconic because it's very. I wouldn't even say sexual. I think it's just very humorous with its lyrics. I did make a joke one time, and the writers of the track liked it because I think I said something along the lines of, "Hey, I'm really disappointed I didn't do a 12-inch version of it called Lessets. We can call it 12 inches." And I'm very sad that never happened, but a bunch of people have made very nice internet versions of it. Let's see. Kiss Me Once. It's okay. I like the tour version more than I do this album version. To You Love Somebody. That is from. They missed out on a lot of naming stuff. I think Kiss Me Once should have been better. Should have had another re-release with extended mixes because that would have been so much better. To You Love Somebody. It's off of Golden. No, it is off of Disco. I'm sorry. I'm torn between It's a Bop and It's Okay. You know what? I'm gonna put it under a bop. It's a bop. Also, I apologize if stream is lagging a little bit. But I like it. It's a nice little song. I think it's a bonus track on Disco. I don't think it's a part of the actual main album. Beautiful. It could have been better. The studio version of it, or let me phrase that. Both the duet version and the solo version, it's okay. The tour version is fantastic. It starts with like the sound of rain hitting the window, and it's Kylie whispering some kind of nice meaning. And I like that version more than the studio, the album versions. Fine. You know what? It's a bop. Okay, I had to mute because there was an airplane flying over, and I know y'all can probably hear it still. Um, yeah, I like Fine. Fine's a very nice house track influenced. Um, it was a very nice way to end the album. Mr. President. I love it, but I think I'm gonna put it under It's Okay because it's been a while. Tommy Trash was the original artist for it. Kylie and her team put some lyrics over it, so I like it. I like both versions; they're fantastic. Sleeping with the Enemy could have been better. It's very soft in its terms. Not a bad track. It's just it feels more like a B side than a bonus track. Sparks, I like it. It's fun. It's fantastic. It's going under. It's okay though. The melody is very. I've heard it replicated in other songs, so it's not original in that term, but I like it because it's Kylie. Confide in Me. It's going under Iconic. I love it. It's one of her best tracks from the 90s. It's very adult. Mr. President came in under the table. Yes, he did. It wouldn't be the first time. Surrender. I want to put. It could have been better because I don't remember Surrender right now. I'm sorry. If I was your lover, it's okay. The actual album version on her self-titled 94, it's okay. However, I want to say it's either the Big Brothers version or the Rapino brothers. It's one of them. They did a fantastic job with it. I loved it. Where's the Feeling? It's a bop. Where's the Feeling is such a good song. Like, I love it. It's a really great track. Put Yourself in My Place. I love it. It's one of my favorite songs ever. Recently, somebody did a kind of like a fan made concert. They actually used vocals and their own mixing, and they put Yourself on My Place, the music, the lyrics, over Baby Come Back, and it matches up so perfectly. I love it so much. It is one of my favorites. Monday Blues. I like it. It's a bop in my opinion, but I think it's also just okay because not a lot of other people like it. I was hoping from when the title had debuted, when all the track titles were released, I'm like, oh, that sounds really fun. I hope it will be like a really good song, and it's all right. It's very infectious, but I think it'll just be okay at the end of the day. Dangerous Game. It's a bop. I like it. Let's see. Automatic Love. It could have been better. I'm sorry. I think, like I said, there's a bunch of songs that were made onto KM94 that could have been better in their original forms, and I think that's one of them. I think even the acoustic version would have been so much better than the album version. Also, 25-minute mark. Let's talk about HelloFresh. Bob, will you be kind enough and do the HelloFresh command? I'm also assuming you're delayed right now. So if you want, I'll do the command. Oh, or maybe my computer's just delayed right now. Alright. HelloFresh. I love HelloFresh. It's a fantastic. And I know I sound very robotic saying that, but I generally do adore HelloFresh. It's one of my favorites. My brother introduced it to the family a couple months ago, or probably at the beginning of the year. And I really did enjoy it. It was fantastic. Um, Sorry, I got thrown off. My first experience with it was trying a spinach egg bite. Oh my god, that was so delicious. I think I ate all of them. I think I saved maybe one or two for my sister. The rest of it belonged to me. Their egg bites are fantastic. I think there's also a sausage one. I could be wrong. But I remember enjoying all the breakfast meals that they had in there. Uh, and of course, I'm a big lover of pasta. So you'll see me. I love pasta. I'm sorry, I'm fat. I really like pasta. It's great. So I bought some. I well one of the boxes offered pasta dishes. Fantastic. If you're not in my Discord already, I can post what it looks like right now, and they are fantastic. I love it. Um, I really wish I could remember what the dishes were exactly called, but I don't want to pull up my account at the moment. But I was a big fan of some of the stuff. Um, I know one of them involved a zucchini, and it was very tangy. I loved it. It was so good. Um, Pasta is amazing. You're right. Um, I really liked it. It was very good. Uh, I'll explain it like a baby. I enjoyed HelloFresh. It's so good. It was very convenient just to come home, have a box waiting for me when I got off of work, and then I could just start cooking right away. And by me, I mean my mother, who did most of the cooking. Um, but I liked it. It came out great. It was affordable at the time for me. Um, I don't remember what the prices are right now, but I think it's worth it. I liked it. I definitely recommend it all the time. Um, Basically, I just enjoy HelloFresh whenever I get the chance to grab a box from them. What else? I want to say I just like HelloFresh. I just like having the convenience of it being delivered instead of having to go to the grocery store all the time. Like I have enough ingredients that will make enough to feed me and the family, and possibly leftovers. We'll see. Let's see. You've never heard about a single bad thing about HelloFresh. People always speak very highly of it. Their grilled onion burger is really good. True. I haven't tried their. I don't think I've tried their grilled onion burger, but I know I've tried some kind of burger from them, and it was fantastic. They provided, cheese, tomatoes. Basically everything on it was really good, and I unintentionally made one big burger because I forgot I was supposed to split it into two burger patties. So, whoops. But it was fantastic, and I loved it, and it came out really great. I remember cooking that myself because that's how I messed it up. Uh, it's just really good. I don't think I've ever had one bad experience with them. But I would love a burger right now. I think we took down chicken tonight. I don't want chicken. I want HelloFresh now. Uh, Big Bubba. I just love HelloFresh. It's great. Okay, we're gonna go back onto ranking every Kylie song. Mind you, I think we've only done two albums and two and a half albums. Where's all the love gone? It's all right. I used to love it. I don't think I love it as much now. Falling. I'll rank it. It's also okay. Both Where's the Love Gone and Falling are like 6 9 minutes. I mean, it's not bad. It's just very lengthy. Time will pass you by. I like it. I'll throw it under Bop. The remix for it, I think Tom Anderson. No, Paul Anderson, I believe. Am I thinking the name right? Anyway, it's called the TKO remix, and it's fantastic. Word is out. You know what? I know people are gonna hate me. We're gonna go with the Summer Breeze mix of it because I prefer it, and it's not bad. It's a bop. I like it. It's a great song. Give me just a little bit more time. It's all right, and I'll tell you a little story. So this was 2011. Kylie had, well, 2010, late 2010, early 2011. Kylie had just announced, the Aphrodite tour, and for the second time, she was coming to the, or third time technically, she was coming to tour the United States, but this was going to be a proper tour. So, I got a couple $100 saved up, and I'm like, we're going. So me and my friends, my mom and I went to the store to go buy tickets for it. Because back in those, I don't even know if you haven't been there, haven't been to that location in so long, if they still offer Ticketmaster in person. Um, but they had it, and I went, and it was fantastic. And as soon as I buy the tickets, Kylie comes on the radio, and it wasn't like 2000s Kylie. It was 1990s her Kylie, like 19. I think. Give me just a little bit more time. Is 91. So it's 20 years later. Give me just a little bit more time. Is on the is playing over speaker, and I'm like, you know what? This is the moment. This is how I know I'm in the right place, because Kylie has to play Kylie while we're buying Kylie tickets. So I thought it was great. It was fantastic. I knew that was a moment, and that was been my favorite moment of all time because I met her after her concert. I have a signed Aphrodite CD in my collection, and there is a video of me. I think I have it privated now. Uh, but I was hyperventilating the entire time I met her because I didn't know what to say. I just said thank you, and that was pretty much it. And my friend Joe uh, was like, "Come back within the decade," and it's been over a decade. She never came back. So I guess Kylie didn't care. That's fine. Um, but I think that was probably one of my favorite times of all time. Well, it's up there with, basically it's one of my favorite moments. Seeing my favorite singer live, meeting her, and I think Joe met her again later that year, around May, I believe. No, wait, no, it's still May. He met her again a few weeks ago, and he had won a contest where he got a kiss from her. Like she kissed a napkin, and he's still sitting, like it's still there. Like she kissed it again, especially for him. So I think that we both had starstruck moments, I guess. Um, it was it was nice. I love seeing Kylie. I think that's the only time we've actually gone to go. I did want to go see her in Chicago in 2009. I'm like, oh, I'll miss school. I don't care. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. My parents wouldn't let me go that far. But it was a nice moment. Um, she sang a bit of Destiny's Child that night. She sang Survivor. Somebody had presented her towards the end of the towards the end of the concert with a big K attached to a pink ribbon, for breast cancer, since she had beaten breast cancer. And she sang a little bit of it, and it was nice. I think it was one of the nicest moments. And then later that night, her dress got caught. She wore for close to one of the final acts. Her dress, it was made of golden chains, oh gosh, I'm trying to think. It's not chainmail, but it's kind of chainmail. It's just like chains stuck together to make a little mini dress, and the back part of it got caught. So she was just, her backup singers were fixing it for her. I'm like, what? This moment's great. It's funny. Also that night, I believe we ended up having the Locomotion played. The original Locomotion that she's saying, not the updated version she uses. And, it's a nice time. I enjoyed that moment. That was a great night. What was not so great was the next night was my cousin's 15, and we had walked a couple miles away because we had part there. And my jeans had chafed my thighs so bad I couldn't walk for a couple of days. So you know what, it was worth it though. In the end, I enjoyed. That was probably the best night of my life. Because I think the week earlier we had seen the Scissor Sisters, and they were great too. I love the Scissor Sisters. Jake Shears threw water on me. I think they were late, and they apologized, but it was really great. I had a fun time there. We had water thrown on us, and I think I had a clip of the concert recorded, but I don't think I have it anymore. I think my iPod finally died. You hate chafe? Yeah, me too. It was not fun. It was not pleasant. Okay, let's go. And you can probably hear the ice cream truck in the background, so whoops. Too much of a good thing. Could have been better. Let me mute real quick. Okay, it should be faded in the distance by now. Um, what else is there? Okay. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Finer feelings. It's okay. I'm sorry. It's. I don't. I think it's a fine track. The remix is better for it. The Abbey Road version, solid, fantastic. If you're with me now, it's a no for me. I'm sorry. I really don't like ballads. It's too slow for me. Celebrate You from the Disco album again. That's okay. I like it. Not a bad song to end the main album on. It's very uplifting, it's very Kylie in a way. Let's get to it. Could have been better. I'm sorry. I don't like a bunch of her. Let me phrase that. I don't like some of her early work. I mostly prefer everything from '94 and onward. Right here, right now, it's okay. You know what? I like it. This is the 1991 track. She has a couple of different tracks like that. Live and Learn. It's a no. I'm sorry. No World Without You. I don't think it's bad. It's just not great. I guess I like it like that. You know, it's gonna go under It's Okay. It's very 90s house rave. The fun part. This is where everything's gonna be a bop. Spinning Around, iconic. It's a fantastic new disco track. It kind of relaunched her pop career. Because a lot of fans really enjoyed Confide in Me and uh, Impossible Princess. Um, but they weren't the biggest commercial hits for her. A lot of people miss the old dance pop Kylie, and that's what Light Years was pretty much going into. It was a return to her pop form. And Spinning Around, it's a great track. It's classic. Everybody loves her golden hot pants. On a night like this, a bop. It would go under iconic, but I think Spinning Around would deserve the place more. So Now Goodbye. I love So Now Goodbye. It's very 70s. It's a bop. Disco Down, iconic. I'm sorry, that's my favorite song from Light Years. It's essentially it's just new disco. I love it. It's very momentous. It has a great momentum for it. The build up is fantastic. I wish we had a proper live version of it recorded, because she's only sung it on the Anti Tour, which is very unfortunate that that's its only appearance. But it's one of her best versions. Like when it comes to a live performance, that's fantastic. Love Boat. It's honestly between It's a Bop and It's Okay. I think we'll put it under It's Okay because The original, well, not the original version, but when it released, it's okay. It's kind of awkward on light years because part of it is dance pop and then part of it is kind of reminiscent of 70s pop. And the entire theme is, I believe she said, is disco cocktail beach. And, if it's a theme, it's fantastic. The 2008 tour version of it, loved it. It opens up with on a cruise, kind of. And, she does this little disco section. It's got Love Boat. It has Spinning Around Mixed Up with Gotta Be Real. Copacabana by Barry Manilow. And I think that's it. I could be wrong, but I feel like I'm missing one song on there. But it's one of my favorite sections. She comes out wearing this, like, sequin sailor outfit, and it's beautiful. The boys are dressed as sailors. They're carrying her around stage. The dance segment in Copacabana is fantastic. I like it. It's very fun. Fine Wine, a bop. It's very much Kylie. Um, as she references Donna Summer well in it, she goes beep beep. You wish you knew any artists as well, and like most of their stuff, your music lights are so spread out and uneven. Fair enough. I think Kylie's one of the few people that I obsess over this much. Because I have a bunch of things Kylie related. I have the Abbey Road Sessions posters. I got two of them, and they're both signed, like, by her. I haven't yet to frame them. I think they're still in their packaging, which might have been a mistake at this point because it's been 10 years. Um, I still have a gigantic Fever poster it's minimalist, and that's one of my favorite things about it is it just says Kylie Fever, and then it has the release date, the original UK release date anyway. And I love it. It's against all my crap that I have in my room. The minimalism is fantastic. I know I have another poster of her. I just don't remember what it is. Like, I'm blinking so hard trying to remember what that other poster is. Oh well, I don't remember. Um, Cuckachoo. I love it. It's a bop. It's very cute. Your Disco Needs You, iconic. You can't literally have a Kylie song without that, or a Kylie tour. Please Stay, a bop. Bittersweet Goodbye, it's okay. I don't hate it. It's just, this is the slowest song on the album, and it's still not that bad. But Please Stay, I should probably elaborate, was probably one of my favorite releases. I have the actual CD release. Um, it's a very catching conversation piece with how striking it is, that cover. Oh, did you look at the Fever album? Are you talking about the UK version, or I'm assuming you are? I have no idea. I'll wait until I see your response again. Please say I have. I think I have both CD 1 and CD 2 of it, the singles for it, and one of them has a calendar in it, and it's never been, like, I opened it once, but other than that, it had never been opened before, and I love it. I paid a fortune for that. Let's see, Butterfly, a bop, a proper bop. The one you showed. Ombre Robot, I don't know which one I showed. Send it over Discord and I'll look at it. Uh, Send it over Discord because I still don't know what you're talking about. Also, I need to find you on Discord. You're so fucking far. I'm laughing because I just got sent something, a funny message about Okay, there you are. Oh yeah, so okay. Um, so the poster, it does not look like that. Let me see if I can find it. I'll send it to Bob, and or actually I'll put it in the Discord. Let's see. I'm browsing. I'm browsing. I'm browsing. I'm browsing. Ah, I found it. I found it. Oh, so this it's actually the U.S. poster for it. I'll put it in the Discord right now. And that's all it said. This is the poster in the Discord. It just says Kylie Minogue. In red, it says fever, and then the date is 2/26/02. And that's it. That's the entire poster, and it's my favorite poster because as much as I like to show off a bunch of flashy things, I also really enjoy the look of minimalism, and I think it's a great piece. I love it. I that one I think it's I know I have it rolled up somewhere. I know I have another Kylie poster. And I cannot for the life of me remember what it is. Even yeah, it's even more minimal than the actual cover art, which is also fantastic because that's the art that they used for the vinyl for the re-release. Because I don't think it had ever been released on vinyl, to my knowledge, until recently. So I was very ecstatic to get a copy of it today. So that's why I'm like, I love it. The U.S. version, the U.S. version of it uses a up close shot from the Love at First Sight photo shoot for that single, which is also okay. Like I love it. I love both versions. It's just the original version with her in the white jumpsuit that's more iconic, or leotard. I'm sorry. So earlier I messaged the boys uh, this thing called hit clips. Some I found it on Reel, and I don't know if you remember this, Bob. I think you're a little bit too young still, but when I was about 10, they had these little. It's like a little mini boom bots, and you had to plug in these little clips, and it will play portions of a pop song at the time. And mind you, my I've had mine for 20 years, and it still works, and it has Pink's Most Girls, and I'm like, damn, this still works with, and it doesn't sound bad either. It is very loud, and I love it. And now I gotta see if they have more because I kind of want to buy more just for nostalgia purposes. Okay, I'm getting distracted. Um, let's go back. Under the Influence of Love. I believe this is a cover from Barry White. I'll throw it under. It's okay. It's not bad. I don't hate it. I'm so high. It could have been better. I don't like it. I'm sorry. Kids. Let me tell you why. Kids, it's going under. It's a no. I don't hate it, but I've heard it so much I hate it. If that makes sense. Like I used to enjoy listening to it. Now if I hear it, I'm like, oh, it's potty break. During concerts, I know. Oh, this is the moment. Let me go take a potty. You weren't a music kid back in the day. That isn't obvious, and you just go, What is that emote? Hold on. Oh my lord. Okay, I see the emote now. You know what? Understandable, Bob. I grew up on music. It's very much around the house all the time. Uh, Light Years. You know what? I throw it under. It's a bop. It's fantastic. It's one of her best releases. One of her. I think it's one of her best title tracks. Because usually she has an that the the song is the album title. That's probably one of her best releases. Um, Very much Donna Summer, like I Feel Love influenced, which she mashed up on the Fever 2002 tour. That was mashed up with I Feel Love, and then I Should Be So Lucky was mashed up with Dreams, another one of her songs, and it was fantastic. Instead of music being able to be looked up to listen to at 16 and a half. Fair enough. I had a computer maybe when I was younger, like 9, 8ish. But we also kept a lot of CDs around, so that's how I pretty much had all my music was on CDs. A couple of cassettes. My brother had record players or records for it, so Better the Devil You Know. You know what? It's a bop. I mean, it's iconic. I think it's fun. It's very classic 1990 Kylie. It's very energetic, upbeat. Most people do know this song that are massive Kylie fans, even casual fans. It's one of her top songs in her catalog. Hey Lonely. Again, it's in that tier. It's between It's a Bop and It's Okay. I think I'll throw it under It's Okay. I mean, it's a nice song. I don't mind it. I love most of disco. Step Back in Time. It's a bop. It's also iconic, but I think it's a bop for me. I love it. It's one of my favorite songs from Rhythm of Love. What do I have to do? I think that one's more. I think that should take the iconic place for Rhythm of Love. Uh, God, what the hell? Secrets? No, 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 no. That's a no. Okay, I just remembered what it was. Always Find the Time. It's okay. I don't hate it. It's a great song. I like the anti-tour version of it because it was really funny. The Road Still Turns. It's a no. I'm sorry. Shot. So, I'll give a little bit of story for Shot. It's great. I love it. It's fantastic. You had a situation where you only ever heard music either in movies or in the car. No real ways to seek out. Oop. Okay. Discovered music outside of 3 preset channels on the radio. Fair enough. So I grew up around music. There's been a lot of stuff influenced my music taste. So my dad kind of listened to like classic rock. Now he still listens to classic rock. Now it's just more merged with more modern pop music. My mom listened to country, and there's a variation of Spanish music here called, well, I'm pretty sure you've heard of it too, Bob, Tejano. And, Selena is part of that, so that influenced mine. I've always been a big fan of pop music, but my mom hates that. I think she hates that part about me, is I enjoy pop and disco music a lot. My brother he just listens to whatever at this point. He doesn't really have a defined. Like, I think when we're younger, he used to listen to a bit more rock and metal stuff. Now he's just kind of all over the place like I am. My sister also listens to pretty much everything, but now she leans toward more indie music that I try to get into, but some of it just doesn't really stick with me. So I think we all have just our own variation music taste here in the family. But a big chunk of it has been influenced by most of my immediate family. Video games are your nostalgia musically, so it makes sense why you mostly like game remixes and future funk. Understandable. God, I wish I could enjoy video game music more often. There's very few songs that I like. There's one from Bayonetta that I like. I've never played Bayonetta, but I like some of the music in there. What else is there? Final Fantasy. I just love most of Final Fantasy music in general. I think it's very nice. The soundtrack to, and I'm gonna say it real nice and slow. There's a video game called Wet, WET, and it has Elijah Dushku as the star of it, and it's very. Oh gosh, I'm trying to figure out how to describe it. It's one of my favorite games in the sense that it reminds me of Kill Bill in a way. The soundtrack is kind of rockish hillbilly, and it kind of reminds me of spaghetti western. Like, its entire. Shut up, Bob. It's like a little bit all over the place, but it's very specific, and then I think that's one of my favorite soundtracks I've ever heard. Um, and I have the game. I have it on PS3, and I had it on 360. My 360 copy is well worn out, and it doesn't play anymore. My PS3 copy should still work. Um, what else? I want to say that's probably it that I can remember off the top of my head. I'll listen to music as video game music as throughout the years. It's just not a lot of it sticks out to me. But I love Stardew Valley music. I should say that, except for winter. I'm getting tired of fucking winter. I should not be cursing this much during a sponsored stream. I apologize. But let's continue, shall we? Okay, Shocked. It's a bop. So the album version, it's okay. The remix version, fantastic. Um, throughout the '90s, and I think I want to say mostly the '90s, they had a Jazzy P rap over some of it, and it's great. Like the rap is fantastic, and then hearing Kylie rap it, it's like this sort of amazing thing to hear because she. I'll explain in another song, but like to hear her rap this and then to hear her rap in a different song, it's vastly different. Uh, but the 2002 version from the Fever tour is my favorite because it's kind of robotic. Um, I believe most of the Fever tour, the beginning for it was very robotic and unnatural movements. But it was a highlight to see her do that. Uh, One Boy Girl could have been better. It's not bad. It kind of makes me laugh. Things can only get better. Uh, it's okay. It's again in that weird tier of it's a bop versus it's okay. Bugsnax has a nice soundtrack. I've heard of it. I don't think I've played it myself. I think I'm confusing Bugsnax with Grounded. That's what I'm doing. I don't think I've seen Bugsnax at all. But I think you have talked about it before, Bob. I probably would. There's a lot of games I would probably like. I don't have time for a lot of video games, or I lose interest really quickly at this point. Um, I'm burnt out on DVD. That's why I haven't been playing it as much with the boys. I'm playing Pokemon on the side, but even then, that's starting to wear out a little bit. So I'm kind of weaning myself out from playing every day. I think I'm only touching Pokemon Go every day, and that's just to keep up some streaks. But other than that, I really don't have a lot of interest right now towards video games. There are a few things I did like. There was this some game I played recently on stream. It was great. I liked it a lot. It was right before I got sick with COVID that I played. Hold on, let me see. Oh, wrong one. It's called Kraken Academy, and Kraken Academy and Little Witch in the Woods. Both are fantastic games. I would love to play it again. Other than Tower Unite for idle time, you've been kind of trying other games to play. Yeah, because I was looking forward to Gotham Knights, but then hearing that it's only available for, well, not available, but the fact that it's only going to be co-op instead of full multiplayer, that kind of turned me off from it. The Yuppie Cycle, yeah, that was a fun game. I really liked Kraken Academy. Like it was great. It was fantastic. I think it was a great game to play. I wish I could do it again. Um, if you haven't played Little Witch in the Woods, I recommend that too. It's a nice, cute game. It kind of reminds me of Stardew Valley a little bit, but its mechanics are vastly different. Okay, let's go through this. Count the Days could have been better. I'm gonna say I don't remember it too well. Rhythm of Love. It's a no. I'm sorry, I don't remember the song. Spotlight. This is from Disco. I'll put it under It's Okay. Actually, it's gonna go under Could Have Been Better. Unstoppable and Could Have Spotlight are my least favorite tracks from the album. You've heard people talk highly of it. It's fantastic. It's a really cute game. I Believe in You. You know what? It's going under Iconic. It's from Ultimate Kylie, which was released shortly before her cancer diagnosis. And it's a nice song. It's one of my favorites. It's a very ethereal pop. And it was written with the Scissor Sisters, who, again, I've talked about a little bit a while ago. They're great. They're fantastic, and they're great songwriters. Giving You Up, I like it. It's a bop, but again, it's in that weird place of it's a bop and it's okay. I'll throw it under It's Okay, but I personally like hearing it. Where the Wild Roses Grow. Um, so this also helped define Kylie as more of a mature artist. It's a fantastic song. She does it. She sings it with Nick Cave, who I think believe explicitly wrote it just to have her sing with him. I think it's been a while since I don't remember the story too well now. It's a very nice pop song. It's about how Nick Cave is so in love with her persona of Eliza Day that he murders her to keep her beauty alive. And it's beautiful. It's a great track. I don't play it often because it's a little bit slower, but it's nice. It's a beautiful track, and she's performed her part in it a few times on tour. Two Hearts. I know most people don't like it, but I personally love it. It's very pop rock, glam. I would say glam pop. Like a Drag. I think it's a bop. Okay, Else is mostly going to be a bop for me. It's fantastic. Like a Drag, fantastic. For her, the dance floor is drag. Most of her music is about dancing, and how it's usually her way of enjoying life. In My Arms, also a bop. It's early Calvin Harris, and I love Calvin Harris. I'm pretty certain Calvin Harris wrote it. I'm like 100% certain Calvin Harris wrote it. BRB, you're fine, Bomb. I'm just enjoying talking about Calvin Harris right now. Calvin Harris came into that era because I think somebody passed along I Created Disco to her, and she loved it. And he apparently had a few drinks before meeting her because he was nervous about, meeting this superstar of a woman. And I think it was wonderful. I think she helped break him into the pop industry because he's worked with Rihanna, Ellie Goulding, and other artists, and they're all fantastic songs. And Calvin Harris is a good guy. I enjoy his music. Let's see. Speakerphone. It's a bop. I love Speakerphone. It's very monotone, robotic, and the introduction onto it's 2008. Beautiful. Love it. Her descending onto the stage like a Spider Woman. It's beautiful. Sensitize. It's in that stage. It's a bop. It's okay. I'll throw it under It's Okay. It samples Bonnie and Clyde from Serge Gainsborough and Bridget Bardot, I'm assuming. Again, it's been a while since I've looked into the past details for it. But I like it. It's very fun. Heartbeat Rock, another Calvin Harris collab. I like it, but I like the remix better with Benny Blanco. Oh no, hold on. Yeah, it's Benny Blanco remix featuring MC Spink Rock. A fantastic track. I think I enjoy it. It's very fun, very upbeat. The One. Okay. The One, iconic. It's ethereal pop music at its best. It is one of her finest classic Kylie songs. It's very uplifting. It's loving, celestial, and I enjoy it. It's a fantastic song. It's one of my favorites. The Freemasons did a remix of it, and it's great. I love it. I love the edit version of it, and the current kind of remix that she uses is it starts off acoustic and then it melds into the pop remix of it. And it's like a beautiful moment. Say something. Um, I don't know why it says Studio 2054 version. I want to throw it under. It's okay. It's very again. I enjoy Kylie, but over the years, I think she's played it safe with a lot of her lead singles. Um, and it's not bad. That's not to say it's bad. It's just I would prefer a person. I would prefer her to take more risks when it comes to releasing music. To start off an album that it's gonna be like, holy shit, what is this? You know, stuff that would grab people's attention instead of playing it safe with a soft disco pop song that, you know, oh, okay, this isn't bad. You know, we'll put it on repeat for a little bit. No More Rain. This is from Ets, by the way. Say Something was from Disco. This one's gonna be from Ets. No More Rain. I like it. It's okay. It's, of course, her thoughts about, you know, after her cancer treatments. I like it. It's a great song. It's very personal to her. Um, it's very nice. I even like the remix version she did on tour for it. It's very, again, you'll hear me use this word ethereal because I think Kylie's pretty much her best pop songs are gonna be true pop at the moment. Like what feels best to her, what sounds great in the end. All I See. This is torn. I'm torn because I enjoy All I See. I know it sounds different. It's for some reason its placement among Ets is lost because most of Ets is going to be dance pop, electronica. All I See is R&B, and it's not bad. I just wish she would have done a different version of it for it. Um, like the acoustic version, beautiful. Somebody even did a fan made remix of it, and it's nice. It's very airy instead of R&B. Stars again. It's that midpoint between It's Okay and It's a Bop, and it follows Two Hearts in the same vein. It's glam. So I should probably take off this headset real quick. Ow. But I enjoy it. Stars is fantastic. Nudity. I like Nudity. It's a great track. And it's gonna go under It's Okay, but again it's lost between It's a Bop and It's Okay. Uh and I like it. It's very fun. It's different. Wow. You'll hear me say wow a lot, and that's usually in reference to the song. Well, not the song. I usually just like saying wow. But wow is nice. It's pop. It's dance pop. It's true dance pop for Kylie. And you know what? I'll throw it under It's a Bop. Cosmic. Again, I don't mind ballads. I just am not the biggest fan of it, but I don't hate it. Like it's a genuine good song. I enjoy it. But I think that's going to be thrown under Could Have Been Better because it's very soft, and I think there could have been a very different approach to it, like a dream pop version of it versus a ballad, a pop ballad. Ripping Up the Disco. Again, that weird place of It's Okay, It's a Bop. It's very heavy electronic. Magnetic Electric, same thing, but I think Magnetic Electric is more of a bop. And it opened up the Anti Tour, which is in itself a huge, uh, interesting thing to see because it sounds like a TV static turning on, and I like it. It's a different sound than what we're used to. White Diamond. I'm gonna base this off of the ballad version and not the pop version because there has not been a full proper release for the pop version. But it's a bop. And again, I hate ballads. Well, I don't hate ballads. Uh, it's nice. I think it's very personal. I believe this was written with the Scissor Sisters as well. So there's some friendly influence on it. And I think it correlates wonderful to how her treatment went to how the the rough times in her life and how it came to inspire a very nice song. King or Queen. I like it. It's a bop. I think it's a bop for me. Um, I think there's one. It inspired a little thing I was writing for a little bit. It was called "Dance for Royalty," and that's a line from the song, and it's very. I like it, and I know I'm not the best at explaining stuff, but I enjoy it. It's very cute. Real Groove with Dua Lipa. Why y'all do this to me? I don't mind Dua Lipa. I just don't care for her. But I'm gonna throw that under It's Okay. I like Real Groove a lot. I just don't like Dua Lipa. I don't know what it is. This is from Ets. Again, that midpoint. It works well with Kukachu, played beforehand, because it's got that very beach theme. Let's see. A Second to Midnight. Ooh, this is tough. Okay, I like it. It's not bad, but it's safe, and y'all know how I feel about safe. Um, it could have been better. Having heard the demo version's better. It's 10 times better than what we got. Which is unfortunate because I think the demo version had more meaningful lyrics and it was more impactful. The version we got, it's safe. It's playing it safe for her. And I think it's bad because Ollie Alexander is a great singer. He has great music that can back him up. This, however, was just a disappointment. We're going to go with Magic. Magic 2020 from Disco. It's iconic. I love it. A lot of people were under the impression it was going to be Could It Be or I want to say a lot of people were under the impression it was going to be a Olivia Newton-John cover, but it wasn't. It was a nice song written by Kylie. And I like the album version more than the single version because with the album version you got more lyrics out of her. The single version, it's alright. I don't hate it, but I feel like I'm missing stuff from it. I Should Be So Lucky, classic 1987-88. Iconic. You can't start Kylie without I Should Be So Lucky. And so just so everybody knows who's watching this or, listening to me right now, that was written 1987-1988 time period. The people she was going to meet with, it was Mike Stock, Pete Waterman, and Matt Aiken, I believe. They had forgotten they had a meeting with her, so they wrote up a song within a couple of hours, and they had her singing it, and they're like, "Okay, cool, sold." So, mind you, she flew over from Australia after Neighbours or during Neighbours, to go try, and they produced that, and I think it was nice. It's a nice little 80s pop song. It's cute, and it's classic Saw. The Locomotion. I'll throw it under It's a Bop. I'm not a big fan of it. I think I played it too much when I first discovered Kylie, so I kind of outgrew it. Je ne sais pas pourquoi. I like it. It's a bop. It's very. I love it. It's youthful pop. She started out her career. She said it sounded more mature with the French title. And it's not bad. I enjoy it. It's very cute and fun. It's No Secret. I like it. But it's going to be under that weird... oh gosh, I don't know where I went to. No, it's not. No, it's a bop. I enjoy it. It's one of my favorite tracks from her first album. Gotta Be Certain. Also a bop. Like, a bunch of her early stuff is a bop. Like... From the first album, it's a bop. Turn It Into Love. I think it's higher than a bop, but it's not quite as iconic as I like it to be. But it's one of my favorite songs. So on the Showgirl Homecoming tour, After a remix of Can't Get You Out of My Head that has the Doctor Who theme mixed in with it, comes Light Years. And midway through Light Years, she performs Turn It Into Love. And it is a wonderful thing to hear because I never would have thought putting the two together would work, but it does. You know, it's this heavy future disco track mashed up with the 80s pop song, but you don't hear any 80s influence in it. You just kind of hear her singing the lyrics over the electronic part. And I think it's nice. It's beautiful. I love it. It's one of my favorite live performances. I Miss You. I think I'm gonna put a no because I don't remember it. I'll still be loving with you. I'll still be loving you. Uh, I love it. It's a great. It's a cute little pop. I wouldn't even say ballad. It's just a pop song. And on the Golden Tour, she mashed it up with. She did a medley of "Wouldn't Change a Thing" with "I'll Still Be Loving You," and it's this very surreal, sad moment. I'm like, fuck, I understand this. And I enjoy it. I like it. It's very cute. Look My Way. It's not a no, but I think it could have been better. It's just like a filler pop track. And Love at First Sight from 2000, or no, from 1988. It's just a no. I'm sorry. It is just very bad pop at that point. From disco, we have Miss a Thing, and I'll put it as iconic because you had to fill out a thing that was dropped in by your new employer. Oh yeah, did you get a new job? You have to tell me, Bob. It's been a while. We've I know you and I have been both busy. Miss a Thing from disco. I knew this was a hit with the minute I heard the chorus. It is very reminiscent of Fever. It has very light vocals that she herself hated because she had to perfect it to get it to that point where it was good enough to be released on the album. And I think that's one of my favorite things about that album is a lot of the vocals are very good and reminiscent of her early 2000s work. Miss a Thing, favorite. I love it. It's great. Fantastic. All the Lovers. I'll list it under iconic, but for me, it's more of it's a bop because I've outplayed it too much, so I'm sick of it. But I think it's one of her best pop songs, and it's along the lines of "The One" and "I Believe in You," in which it shares that ethereal pop music, where it belongs like it. It sounds like it should flow together, and which I think it does. It's beautiful. Get Out of My Way. It's a bop. It's a classic Kylie song. The demo version of it, I don't think is as good because I've heard the demo version of it. The full version of it that was released, I think it's the best one. And then the next best ones are, of course, the extended versions of it because you still get the same sound and it's beautiful. And then I think I have the Paul Harris version of it saved. It's one of my favorites to listen to because it's both the edit version of it, and the remix. I think it's 7 minutes long. It's great. It's fantastic. Put Your Hands Up If You Feel Love. It's in between for it's okay and it's a bop for me. It's not bad. But it's not the greatest thing. Closer, same thing. It's heavy electronica or heavy electronic based pop. But it's not bad. Let's see. You gotta jot the pace well. Should have a manageable workload and is a small location, mostly a proper crew size. Should start real soon on Tuesday. You go and turn on info background. Oh, nice. That sounds lovely. Well, I can't wait for you to get another job, Bob. It'll be fun. Everything is beautiful. This is the slowest song on the album. I mean, but it's not a ballad. I think it's okay. The lyrics are nice. I think it's on par with some of the best one of the best slower pop songs she's released since '94. Aphrodite. I know most people are going to crucify me for this, maybe the hardcore Kylie fans. I don't like Aphrodite that much. The title track, that is. The album itself is solid. But the title track, it's not one of my favorites. It just, I'm not a big fan of it. It's not bad. I will jam out to it, but it's not my favorite song. Illusion, it's not a bop, but it's beyond okay. I should just make that into another category on here. Better than today. Same tier for me. It's not pop. It's not a bop, but it's better than okay. Too much. Same thing. I'm sorry. I love Aphrodite, the album. I promise. Too much. It's not bad. It's very in your face dance pop, and I like it. It's very fun. I like it. I think I would put it alongside Disco Down in the sense that it's a great pop song, but it's also very loud. Cupid Boy, I'll put it under It's a Bop. I like it. The lyrics are written by Luciana, and I think she's a fantastic songwriter and singer. And she's saying "I'm still hot," and what was the other one? She does a few cool songs that I personally enjoy. I think it's a bop. It's interesting. It's a different kind of pop song, influenced with synthesizers. Real Groove. It's iconic for me. I think my boss loves this song because I've played it when we're working on unloading the truck. It's one of our favorite songs to listen to. Looking for an Angel. Again, it's above It's Okay and not quite close to being a bop. It's meaningful. It's her personal song about, I guess, wanting a child. And, she's older now. She hasn't had that option to have a child personally. But I like it. It's a very nice song. Can't Beat the Feeling. Same. It's okay. It's not a bop, but it's better than okay. Can I just start a new one? Oh wait, no, I can't. Wait, can I add a new one? Oh, okay, I got it. Okay, I got the option. Okay. Let's see. What colors are we using? We got. Okay, so we're gonna add in a row above It's Okay. You know what? We're gonna go with classic pink. Add a row above. Oh wait, what was this one? Okay, we're gonna rename it. Better than today. I will have it as a pink one. Okay. So I'll move some stuff over, okay? Oh, give me just a second. So a bunch of this is what's gonna go in here. Can't Beat the Feeling should go in there. Looking for an Angel. Too much. Illusion. I'm tempted to leave Better Than Today just there. So here's the story behind Better Than Today. The studio version of it for the album is a little bit different than the version we've heard on the tour when it got its premiere. And it's okay. It's not bad. It's just the live version of it is just remarkably better for some reason. But when Stuart Price got his hands on it, it just sounds a little bit different because he executive produced the album alongside Kylie. So there's this missing touch for it. Do do do. Ba ba ba. Okay. Do do do. Ba ba ba. No, wait, no, wrong one. Okay, I think we're good now. Okay, Heartstrings, same. It's not quite a bop. It's okay, but it's better than today. Which I like. It's a very nice song, and so is Mighty Rivers. It follows the same pathway, where it's a nice little pop song. It's not in your face. It's very soft and very. When I say it's very Kylie, I mean in the sense of it's a nice pop song that will fit her. Versus if another pop star recorded it, you can tell the difference is it was not meant for them, and that's the case with a few songs. Go Hard or Go Home. It's okay. It's not bad, and it's not better than Better Today, unfortunately. Slow. It's iconic. So if you want a very good piece of electronic pop, Slow is the place to start. Um, it's sensual. It's erotic, and it remains one of her best pop songs from the 2000s. Um, I like it. It's a great song. The Chemical Brothers remix of it, love it. It's great. I love it. It's fantastic. 10 out of 10. Would listen to it again for the first time. Still Standing. It's okay. I like it. It's not the greatest, but a lot of body language was influenced by American pop music at the time, which in itself was influenced by R&B music at the time. And you can tell because Gwen Stefani had, Love Angel, Music Baby. Mariah Carey was there with the Emancipation of Mimi. So there's a little bit of that American influence going into the albums. And it's not bad. It's not necessarily bad, but most of this album could have been better. Secret, Take You Home. So like I said, Kylie did rap for a second. This is one of the worst scenes she has ever done. It cracks me up. It is just bad. Not bad in a sense, but it's like funny to see it happening because I don't think it should have been on there. Promises, I like it. It's okay. It's a nice little pop song from the same album. Sweet Music, same thing. It's not bad. It's not better than Today. Supernova, it's a bop. I think Supernova's a bop. The live version of it, it's fantastic. I believe it was matched up with Light Years. I could be wrong. Red Blooded Woman, better than Today. I don't think it's a bop or iconic. I think it's a very fun pop song she did. Chocolate, okay, so I'm gonna put it personally up in iconic because I think it's great. It's a soft pop song, but it's very sensual and loving. Obsession, better Today. I like it. It's very nice. I feel for you. It's okay. It's not the best, but I do enjoy it quite a lot. Someday could have been better. Loving Days, better Today. This is another song that's not a ballad, but it's along the same vein as Everything Is Beautiful. It's a nice song to relax to. After Dark, I like it. It's better than Today. I think it was a nice funky track to end the album on. Hand on Your Heart. Wait, did I grab it? Ah. I don't know where it went to. It's somewhere. I don't know where it went to. My Hand on Your Heart, it would be under It's a Bop. Never Too Late. I think I'll do it under It's Okay. It's not one of her best songs, but I do enjoy it a lot. Say Something, again, it's going to go under It's Okay for the same reason. I think it is just a little bit too safe. It's a nice pop song, but I don't think it catches up to her best work like All the Lovers and The One and I Believe in You. I don't think it's at that top tier. It's lost in the ocean of Kylie's Forever. It really is. I'm sorry. I don't know where it went to. Nothing to Lose. It's a no. It's one of her earlier songs. I'm not a big fan. Telltale Signs. It's a no. I'm sorry. Especially for You. It's okay. I don't hate it. It's definitely 80s music. It's an 80s love pop song, but it's not one of her worst things that she releases. My Secret Heart. It's under It's a no. I'm sorry. I'm Over Dreaming Over You. Better than Today. It's one of my favorite songs, I will admit, from that album. It's one of my favorites. Tears on My Pillow. It's okay. Hold on, let me mute real quick. Okay, somebody drove by blasting music, and then somebody's car went off, and then I was choking on my drink. Ask not for whom the fat beat drops for. The fat beat drops for you. Pounding vibration. That was literally how it started. I apologize. Where was I? Heaven and Earth. It's not a bad song, but it's pop. It's late '80s pop. Yeah, and that was that. They weren't even close by Bob. They were like down at the corner. I can tell when I can tell by the sound how far it is. Enjoy yourself. It's okay. I don't hate it. It's the title track is cute. It's one of my. I think I made an edit myself, and it's very nice. More. This is from Fever, released 2001. I don't hate it, but it's not one of my favorites. It introduces the album, but it's very fast paced. Love at First Sight. You know what? I think it's gonna go under iconic because I don't think you can have that without Kylie in there. Last Chance. It's from Disco. I like it. It's a bop. It reminds me of ABBA a lot, and I love ABBA. ABBA's great. They're a fantastic band. Um, the lyrics are very ABBA esque. Hand on Your Heart. Oh wait, here we go. Wait, no, did we do that one? No, I think that's the one that got lost. Hand on Your Heart. I think it's a bop. It's one of her best pop songs from the late '90s as well. Um, I know I'm a big fan of the first Showgirl version of it, because it kind of sparkles when it plays, and it's heavy on the it emphasizes on the pop music, and I love it. It's one of my favorite songs on the tour. Can't Get You Out of My Head. It's an iconic piece of her background. I don't think you can have a Kylie playlist without Can't Get You Out of My Head. And it, I will say, it is a very hard song to remix, and there have been very few people who have done a very good version of it. The Blue Monday remix from New Order that was mashed up, one of her best songs. Cut to 2007, 2008. The Greg Kirsten remix of it is one of her best dance songs. Um, let's see. The Kiss Me Once version, I like it. You can see the influence from electronica it has. It's great, and I enjoy the latest version from the Golden Tour, in which it's a little bit rockish, and at the end of it they play the Chain from Fleetwood Mac, and that's a great song. I like the Chain. It's a great song from them. And I know Kyle will disagree, but Fleetwood Mac is not a bad band. I'm sorry, Kyle. Fever. It's okay. I don't mind the title track from Fever. It's, again, most of her title tracks are not that great. Wouldn't change a thing. I would listen to under It's a Bop. It's cute pop. It's early, like, like young love pop. Give It to Me. It's okay. I don't hate it. I enjoy it a lot. Um, but it's not her best work. Fragile. I love Fragile, but I don't think it's as good as it could be listed under Better Than Today. Come Into My World. Better than Today. I enjoy it. There's two versions, and I think you can only hear the edit of it now. I don't think the original album version is on. I don't think it's on most services now. but there's a huge difference in the edit and the album version, and I prefer the album version, and I wish we got that version more. In Your Eyes, I think it's a bop. It's a very one of my favorite dance pop songs. Dance Floor. Also, it's a bop. A lot of Summer Fever is a bop. I will agree. I will give it that. Oh, not there. There we go. I enjoy it. Love Affair, same thing. It's a bop. I enjoy Have a Fever. Your Love, it's better than today. It's not. It's almost a bop, but it's lacking something. Burning Up. Oh, Burning Up is a bop. Um, I love. Okay, so there's two other versions of it. The Fever version of it is, and it's still the same, but the extended version of it that they used for it basically I'll give you the synopsis for that portion. It is Kylie rising out in a Dolce and Gabbana outfit, dressed like a volcano, and it has like some sort of tribal music influence where it's a nice little drum beat, and then it goes into the song, and then there is the Showgirl Homecoming version that she used on that tour and on the 2009 tour, and they're virtually the same. It is slow, well, not slow, minimalist is how I would describe it, and then she does the a segment from Madonna's Vogue, and it's one of her best bits she's done. And I like it. It's a great song. I think that's one of the few things I will put on repeat is "Burning Up," from basically those two, from the tour and from the Fever album. I love it. It's a bop. So when I first heard it, I didn't like it that much, but it grew on me because it reminded me of a little bit of Barry Manilow, and I liked it. It's one of my favorites. Dancing. It's okay. Actually, no, it's better than today. So Golden, it was. I want to say I think her relationship with her previous boyfriend had ended. So she's in America. She's in Nashville. She's learning new tools. She's getting a different perspective on music. So Nashville had a huge influence. So Nashville had its influence. So dancing, it's like I said, a lot of Kylie music involves dancing. This, however, is more of a she's accepted her part, her age, her influences on the pop music. But she's also, hey, if I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go out on my terms, and writing music and pop music, dance pop. That is how she's gonna go out on her own terms. So she's accepted where she is, but she's gonna go out with that because it's when I go out, I want to go out dancing, and that's pretty much the meaning of the whole album. Okay, Stop Me From Falling. I'll throw it under better than today. I like it, but I like the version with Gente de Zona more. It adds a little bit of flavor to it versus just very country pop. Golden. I like Golden. It's another favorite title track. I like it. It's her embracing herself. A Lifetime to Repair. I know a lot of people aren't gonna like this, but to me, it's a bop. It's the title to one of my playlists, and I'm pretty certain she also co-wrote it. It's personal. She's had a lot of failed relationships. I've had failed relationships, so it's something I think I can embrace and share. And I'm not a I yeah I get its meaning. I enjoy it. It's fun. Sincerely Yours. This is one of the songs I didn't like when I first heard it, but it grew on me over the years. So I think it's better than today. One Last Kiss, same. It's better than today. I like it, and I know most people are excited to hear the pop version of it because most of Golden is influenced by country, so there's that little twang in there. But One Last Kiss, I don't think I want to hear the pop version. I like the version I hear now. It's something I'm familiar with. Live a Little. So same pathway. Like how most of Aphrodite was listed under It's Okay, oh, which I should probably move. You know what? That's the only song we're moving. Uh, what was it? What Live a Little. It's same vein. I like most of Golden. I know most people weren't big fans of it because of its Nashville influence. I like it. It's something new. It's something unexpected. Shelby 68. Okay, this is another. It's one. I think it's a Bob. It's one of my favorites. Um, it's cute. It's romantic. I don't think it's bad. She did not realize it was supposed to be the year of the car first, so that's why it's called Shelby 68. Radio On. I like it. It's it's a nice little song. It's a nice little slow pop song. Um, which I think is also influenced by a failed relationship, which I think some people can go through, understand its meaning. Uh, Love. I'm. It's a bop for me, to be honest. Uh, I like it. It's one of my favorite songs from the album. I think it's one I used to put on repeat, and it's a lot about what love can be, what it should be, what it could mean to you. And I found a lot of aspects of myself in that song. Um, where does the DJ go? I think it's again, it's not quite a bop, but it's better than today. But I do like a lot of disco. That's a great song. There's a reference to "I Will Survive" from Gloria Gaynor in there, and I believe Kylie herself said it was written at the beginning of the pandemic, so she wasn't able to do much. So a lot of disco is produced by her, and she learned how to do most of her work herself. So a lot of it does sound like a new person writing it, but it's also very classic. You can't get this from anybody else that has not lived Kylie's life. Raining Glitter. It's a bop. I like Raining Glitter. Um, I think it should have been maybe the second single from Golden. Wait, what's the second single? I don't remember now. It's been a couple years. You have to give me a few minutes to remember, but I like it. I think it's great. Um, the music's too sad without you. Um, it's a bop. It's another slow song from Golden, but I like it. It's a very beautiful song, and Jack Savarotti was tremendous on it. He was wonderful. Lost Without You. I'm on the same path as Sincerely Yours. Lost Without You. It's not bad. It's not. I don't think it's a song I would personally play on repeat a lot, but it's a good pop song. Every Little Part of Me. I think I'll put this under better than today. It's not bad. I don't hate it, but it's a very nice song. Same thing with Rolling. They're not bad songs. They're wonderful. They're nice to play. Low Blow. I think Low Blow is probably the. It's okay. Like that'll probably be the lowest Golden song on the list. Um, but I enjoy a lot of Golden. I enjoy the vinyl that I have for it. It's a nice little song. What kind of wait, hold on. What kind of fool heard all that before? Okay. This is from 91 or 92. I know this was probably written for the her first greatest hits compilation. And I like it. It's not a bad song. It's very nice is what it is. Where in the World, it could have been better. I'm sorry. It's another slow pop. It's a pop song, but it's a little bit slower. It's like not one of her best songs from the 90s or 80, no, 90s. It was on the on her greatest hits compilation, I believe. And it's not bad. It's just not a fine moment. Uh, celebration. Wait, hold on. Yeah, that's what it says. I'm getting. My eyesight's getting poor. I'm sorry. I like it. It's fun. Um, I think it's better than today. You know, it's a cover. It's celebrate good times. Come on. Yeah, that's what it is. And it's Kylie version. Oh, here we go. Too Far from Impossible Princess. I like it. Um, I'll put it under its bop. I believe this is one of the two solo rights from her. Too Far and Say Hey, I think were the only songs written by herself. Both I want to say both lyrics and music. I believe this one was played on a piano by her. But I like it. It's fun. It's nice. Um, it's very intense. It's very emotional, and it's quick pace, and that's what I enjoy it most. All right, time for the final one. Dance Floor Darling. I think it's a bop, and that's the last one. It's a bop. I like it, and I enjoy it. And this has been every Kylie song ranked by me. We still have a little bit of time to go, but give me a minute. I'm gonna go refresh my drink, and I'll be right back. Bob, you're in charge of the stream. Alright, I am back. Hello, Bobbert. Also, I thought that said Bob Ross time. Good, I scared you good. As I should. Um, but yeah, okay, let's see. Let's go back to music real quick. And there was another Kylie thing here. Okay, let's do her albums real quick. Ah, this is better. This is way better. I think. Yeah, it has. I think it has every album on here, including her live tour. So fuck it, we ball. Which is not a phrase I've said in some time. Okay, so first up, uh, Bob, should we do this by release date or by what's on here shown first? If you ever do another one, you should do Poison Ivy designs and concentrates. You know what? We might do that. We might do that on Tuesday, for a stream. Okay, so for simplicity, what's first? Okay, so first off is Kylie Minogue Greatest Hits 50 plus 1. So this is a nice one. I enjoy it. It starts off with Do You Dare? And then it ends with remix of Celebration. And I like it. It's great. I think it would be a solid B. But it's only her first 4 albums. And I think whatever new track she had released at the time. As part of the Greatest Hits album. Not this one. There's another Greatest Hits album, which is this one right here, if you can see it. I mean, it's not bad. I think it's great. Oh, and they're very short edits of each track. So I want to say hour and a half at tops. It shouldn't. I don't think it's that long though. The only longest song I think is the last song, and it's a remix of Celebration. And I think it's called the Techno Rave remix, and it's fun. I enjoy it. Let's see, Intimate and Live. I love the concept of Intimate and Live. It's new. It's fantastic. It's different from her not early '90s tours. Um, but I don't think her vocals were properly developed. They didn't sound great to me. But I love the set list. It's fantastic. I believe it starts with Too Far. And I want to say it ends with Better the Devil You Know. Or I Should Be So Lucky. It's one of them. I want to say it's Better the Devil You Know that ends it. And there's another song. It's never been released. Like it's not on any album. It's called Free. And I think part of it was filmed either on like traveling across Australia or through the US. And I can't remember which one it is. But it's a nice, cool song, and it should have been released. So it's just never been released. She performed the chorus of it one time on the It's 2008 tour, and it was during Slow, and it's this huge rock moment, and I like it. It's great. So I think I'll give it an A, just based on how interesting it is. Body language. The only saving graces are the singles, and I hate to admit that, so it's gonna be a B for me. So it was Slow, Red Blooded Woman, and Chocolate, and I want to say Secrets Take You Home or Sweet Music were a promotional single used apparently, but I don't think the rest of the album carries it hard enough for it. It's an A for me. I enjoy it. It's scattered all over the place musically. It's glam pop, it's dance pop, it's electronic pop. And I know most people are like, aren't they the same thing? Like musically, no, they're sonically different. Um, this was a recent greatest hits, and I'm sorry. Um, there's nothing new that we haven't listened to before on here, so it gets to the bottom of the list. Um, Disco, solid B. It's not it's not A tier, but it's fantastic. Kylie Christmas, I think it's a C. Which it's not bad. When it's Christmas time, I'll listen to it. For the most part, it's just it doesn't interest me that much. I'm not the biggest fan of Christmas music. Kiss Me Once, also a B. Actually, it's more of a C. I'm sorry. Like I said, it's safe. It was under Rock Nation that helped promote the album. I want to. This Rock Nation was her management at the time, so there's a bunch of scattered influences on it, and I think everything could have been better based on what we've heard and some of the stuff we've like that have remained unreleased. I think it should have been better. Aphrodite Le Folie, live in London. It's definite A. It's a solid album. Um, the different segments. It starts off with her the birth of Aphrodite, then a Middle Eastern variant, uh, uh, underwater segment where the screen shows her as kind of like Ursula, no, a sea witch, and actually, you know what? After you know what, Left we're going back to S tier for you because I think you're fantastic. It's one of my favorite tours. Um, then like I don't even know how to describe it. There's a minimalist section where it's in the same vein where they kind of did her up like in this holographic reflective dress, and Dolce and Gabbana also did pretty much did the entire tour for the costumes. Um, I love the tour. It was a massive thing. I didn't get to see the massive part of it because when she came here to Houston, it was a smaller scaled down show because she couldn't accommodate for some of the catwalks. But it was still nice. I loved it. I love what I got. Um, what else was there? It was a solid tour. It's one of the best tours she's done. Towards the end of it, she becomes like one of the basically like a musical from like the uh, golden age of Hollywood. So she's got the cap on. She's dressed like a swimmer in a musical film, and she's got the long golden cape, and it's a nice look. I just hated the cap so much. Um, and while she's walking across the catwalks, it's in the shape of was it in the shape of a heart? I don't remember right now, but it extended into the audience, and those in the inner portion of it, I think it was called the splash zone, because they also it was a waterworks show, so water would spurt up during certain parts of the show, and it's I want to say mostly towards the ending, the encore. So she walked around to On a Night Like This, and as she walked, water would shoot over her, and then all the lovers, I think she would gather at the bottom portion of the catwalk, and tear would rise, and she would be at the top, and the water would just shoot everywhere, and it's a very beautiful moment. She's singing all the lovers. It's 2011. Pop music is at its best. It's been in a while. It was nice. I enjoyed it. I didn't get like I said. I didn't get to see that actual event. We just got her on a nice little what is it? Staircase. Like miniature staircases of what she uses on the tour. I enjoyed it. It was beautiful. I don't care. That was my favorite concert I've ever been to. Boombots. This is nothing but remixes. It's very hard to remix a Kylie song. Yeah, the Waterwords was the best portion of it. I'll link the show to you on Discord, Bob. But it's one of the best parts of the show. The Golden Tour, I don't think it's as good as Left Fully, but it's a solid album. She covered Blue Velvet. What else was there? I enjoyed it. It's very nice. Um, Again, it has the Nashville influence. Uh, she the Can't Get You Out of My Head led into Fleetwood Mac's The Chain. Uh, I liked it. It's a very cute show. It's something I personally enjoyed watching. I think it just took a long time to actually get it released, which was the unfortunate part. But I personally enjoyed it. I'm trying to remember what song it. No, it ended on Dancing, and I enjoyed it. I just wish some of the costumes had changed more. Because all in all, it was nice. I enjoyed it. Um, but I didn't like some of the outfits that she chose. I think her opening outfit should have been her in a, as I want to say it was a pink dress she did, but it should have been either a like a white cowboy outfit instead of just a dress with fringes. I think it's been a while since I watched the show, but I enjoy the aesthetic of it. If you can see it, it's got like a classic cowboy, the western films of the 60s, 50s. Golden. Again, most people hate it. It's going on my A tier. I enjoy Golden. It's one of my favorite albums. So this isn't a proper album. This is more of a release with her sister Danny, and it was so on the Christmas album. There's a song called 100 Degrees, and because she's from Australia, they experience hot Christmas, hot winters, or technically what's a winter for us, or a summer for us. But theirs is just it's a hot winter, and I probably suck at explaining that. Um, but it's great. 100 Degrees, the Christmas version of it. It's nice. It's cute. I'll play it at Christmas time. And then they redid the song a little bit to be a disco pop song, and I like it. It's a very solid one, and I don't know why it's on here, but it's a nice beat. Louisiana Christmas, honestly, same here. It's a Texas Christmas. Kiss Me Once. I'm sorry. See, I enjoy the artwork that she was going for. It was very what is it? She used a little bit of Salvador Dali in it in the beginning. There's the the lips that you can see here. That's the chair she uses as she arrives onto the stage, and I like the idea of it. It's just most of the album did not work, and some of the song choices were peculiar because I don't think she chose a lot of it from Kiss Me Once. A lot of it is mixed up. But some of the uh, uh, acts from it are fantastic. The opening intro, I love it. It's to Lisette's, and it's her, going. It's intro starts with Lisette's and Breathe, and I like it. It's fantastic. It's great. I like it. But then they use some kind of catwalk, uh, scaffolding behind, not behind the screen, but in front of the screen, and parts of it threw it off. Like I think it obscured a large portion of the show, and it shouldn't have. Music wise, some of it is again peculiar, but a good chunk of it, if it was any other concert, I think it would be better. Um, there's a remix of Step Back in Time that leads into another remix of Spinning Around. They used basically my favorite portion was that electronic portion. Your Disco Needs You was a remix. It's fantastic, and I think it ended off with and it goes into On a Night Like This, a very big disco laser light show, and I think it ended on Slow, the remix, the Chemical Brothers remix, and that's my favorite part of the show. It's just that one section. And then some of it's memorable in a nostalgic way. She does it's called the Dollhouse medley, and it's medley some of her older songs. Enjoy Yourself, Hand on Your Heart, Never Too Late, and it ends with I Should Be So Lucky. And it's cute, but I'm also very tired of classic songs. And unfortunately, I will include a Can't Get You Out of My Head, Can't Get You Out of My Head on that. It which I'm kind of tired of hearing some of the same songs when we've been listening to them for 20, 30 years at this point. And it's unfortunate. I do love Kylie. I love it. But I wish it would be a new reinvention of some things. Um, which kind of gets you out of my head. It was reinvented a little bit, just on this tour. It's still a little bit the same, but it's more heavy electronic based this time instead of, let's see, Kiss Me Once tour. Before that was Aphrodite. It was an interesting version. It was the rock version of the song. Um, and before that, it was the Greg Kurstin Boombots mashup, which was great in itself because it was, Can't Get You Out of My Head was only a few years old at the time versus Kiss Me Once, which is 13, 14 years later. And it's just like, okay. Because a bunch of songs were excluded, like Feel So Good, Mr. President, um, Sleeping with the Enemy. There's a lot of choices that could have been better made for that concert. Aphrodite? Yes. Um, yeah, I mean it's not my favorite, which is sad because I do like the art that they had chosen because they went for different versions of it. All the Lovers was also on there, and it ended off the same. And I think that's what disappointed me the most was that encore, because I think it ended with Into the Blue, which in itself very safe pop music. It's not that vastly different than from what we've already heard from past music. Uh, but at the end, it was still a fun concert to see. But I don't think I would have I don't think I would recommend this to anybody unless we watch the iTunes version of it, because she participated in the iTunes festival for it, and it was a smaller version of the Kiss Me Once tour. But it did not include some of the blacking sections. The ones that didn't were like, oh, okay, let me go use the bathroom while the song plays. So Ultimate Kylie, I'm gonna give it a solid S. Again, I know I said shit about the greatest hits. This was her first proper greatest hits in a while. Um, because I think this is the one that included "I Believe in You," "Giving You Up," and those produced some fun B sides too. "I Believe in You" had "Made of Glass." Wait, did it? I don't remember now. And it was fun. She promoted it. She did some fun promotional appearances on TV shows for it. She did the Kylie Christmas medley, which was literally just "Shot," "What Do I Have to Do for You," "Step Back in Time," and I want to say "Better the Devil You Know." I think it was mostly "Rhythm of Love" medley she did. "I Believe in You" was a very nice. It's again one of her best pop songs. And "Giving You Up," I wish it made more of an appearance, but it really does. I think it's a great song. Kylie live in New York, S tier. This is a mashup of Showgirl Homecoming and Kylie at 2008 and Intimate and Live. So it starts off with updated versions of Light Years, Come Into My World, and Speakerphone. Which was already new at the time, it still got a new update, which I think it's fantastic. And you can only hear that on the album, and iTunes had exclusive studio versions of it, which are all three are great too. It included smaller segments of it's 2008 where it's kind of American football theme. Heartbeat Rock was shortened. It led into, I want to say "Shot." I feel like no, it doesn't lead into "Shot." It's "Red Blooded Woman." Wow, it's one of them. I don't remember right now. The electrostatic portion of its 2008 made an appearance. It had "Slow" and "Boom Bots," "Can't Get You Out of My Head," and I think she was surprised, given that we're Americans. It's most people still kind of really don't know Kylie unless you're gay or into have a good knowledge of pop music. So a good chunk of that is there. Uh, and it's fantastic because I think people are surprised, like, oh, we're gonna wait here for you. We don't care. And this tour did not get gain. She said it was burning money for her. Like she just kind of lit money on fire by touring the U.S. just for that, just for the sake of it. So it was mostly for the fans, which I love. I think that's one of my favorite reasons for the concert, for the tour, and for the album. It's a great release. Um, we did end up getting Better Than Today, which was a preview for Aphrodite. But like I said, this version of it wasn't on this album. They skipped it over. Um, and I think you can hear it on on a different promotional CD that was given out in the UK. But I like it. It's a nice little song. Yeah, she usually sits towards the other side of the world, so Australia, the UK, mainland Europe. Uh, but Aphrodite was the a big world tour. She toured parts of Africa, parts of Europe. Uh, I know she toured North America. I don't remember she toured South America for it. I know she went to Japan for it. I'm trying to think where else she went to. I think those were the mostly the main areas. Because I know she came to the U.S. and she also came to Canada, and I think she did a few shows in Mexico, and I think that was it, or at least for North America. And I'm trying to remember where else she toured. It's been 12 years. Actually, it's been what? Yeah, no, 10, 11 years now, Bob. So, yeah. But my favorite things is for every show she did, she had a little blog about it on her on YouTube. So she has every city she visited. There's a blog about it, and I don't think I'm in there. I don't think you can see me. Fever 2002, solid A. It's new. It was a modern pop. It's early 2000s modern pop. Uh, Setlist was interesting. It started with, what did it start with? I think it started with "Come Into My World," which was interesting because it started with, I don't know if you know this, Bob, but it started with the Sound of Music, and then it goes into this very electronic sound, and I think the Chemical Brothers had an influence in it, and it's really wonderful. And it's she comes out of a robotic suit. Uh, I think the most part that you'll probably recognize is "The Hills Are Alive with the Sound of Music," and it continues on to like this robotic suit opening out, and it's inside her, and she's dressed in a little. Again, she's been friends with Dolce and Gabbana for so long. They designed a little mini skirt and a bra for it. She's got these little cuffs on, and it's a great tour. The costumes are great. It's one of my. They're not as great as they are from like 10 years later, but it's fun. The concert's on YouTube. It's actually on her website on YouTube. Bob, we can watch it sometime. And it has its slower moments. She does the Crying Game medley, which is a mix up of some of her '90s songs with the Crying Game from Boy George. I want to say, I could be wrong. I don't remember who sings the Crying Game, and it's a moment. It's nice to see this electronic show starts for a few minutes just to surround her in a black dress. Um, and I like it. It's a great song. And then it continues on into the usual sounds. Uh, I want to say there's another portion of the show called Sets in Venice, and she does this clubby version of the Locomotion, and it's I really wish we got a studio version of it because it's very erotic. Um, the dancers are dressed in I want to say skimpy outfits, but it kind of like it's skimpy outfits like maids kind of. Even the guys are dressed like that. They have long flowing dresses. If you've seen kind of like flamenco dancers when they have the skirt up, that's what they're wearing too. Some of them are wearing that, and it's fun. I think it's one of the best parts of the show. Um, let's see what else is there. And then, like I said, burning up the whole volcano she emerges from. The future portion of the show where she's dressed in neon colors. Light Years, I Feel Love mashup. It's nice. It's wonderful. And then it kind of ends on Can't Get Blue Monday out of my head, which wasn't a bad choice. Looking on it now, I think it's an interesting choice. Like, okay, kind of ends off on a very high, on a high. Let's see, what else do we have? Body Language Live. Let's see. I'm sorry. It's some of the music they use for the show. It's great. Can't get shit out of my head on it. It's still new update for it. I like it. It's not bad. But I think the main focus of it was Slow and Can't Get Shit Out of My Head being the most memorable. She arrives on a long chunk of wood and it lowers her onto the ground to still sing Still Standing. It's a basically it's like the cover of the album. This little black thing. She arrives on it. But other than that, I don't think I wouldn't recommend it. It's not bad, but it's not like it's something I would introduce you to a new fan into. Like a new fan, I would introduce you to Left Foley, Ultimate Kylie, live in New York. That's what I would introduce you to. Showgirl. This is the first Showgirl, and its set list a little bit different from the Homecoming version. So the original Showgirl, it excluded, or it had, Giving You Up. It had, oh crap, I don't remember right now, but it's a little bit different. It's not. I like it. It's fun. It had a different version of Can't Get You Out of My Head. I'll put it at a B. It had Put Yourself in My Place in there. It was just a different version of Showgirl. So Showgirl Homecoming is, she's her cancer's in remission. She's back to touring. It's been 2 years since we've seen her, or close to 3 years at that point. Vastly different set lists. It follows the same intro, Better the Devil You Know, with a nice overture, and then it's different. White Diamond was introduced. Some sets were redone. I think they got rid of there was a portion in Showgirl called I'll just call it In Denial because I don't remember what it's called. It had In Denial with Pet Shop Boys and Je ne sais pas pourquoi, and then I think it was replaced in Homecoming with Too Far and Finer Feelings, and it gave an entirely different vibe. It's like, hey, I'm back again. It's a rebirth process. And then that's when she introduced the other segment for where Put Yourself in My Place, a slow song followed by Can't Get You Out of My Head, was replaced with the amidst of Can't Get You Out of My Head with the Doctor Who theme. And that led into Light Years and Turned It Into Love. And again, that's my favorite portion of the show as well. And then the encore happens. It's the same as the old one, especially for you with Love at First Sight. And she makes a remark that she's, fashionably late for a reason. And I think that's a cute remark. That's a good way to handle, hey, I had cancer. I'm coming back from cancer. So, I think I'll put it at an A because I like it. It's one of my favorite. It's one of the first things I remember hearing. Greatest hits. I'll put it at a D. I'm sorry. Interesting, but not interesting enough. Let's get to it. Oh, that's toughy. I'll put it at a C. Kylie at a B. Enjoy Yourself. Maybe at a C. A little bit. Maybe like a B minus. Kit Cancer's ass and Came Out Dancing. Absolutely. That is literally dancing. Rhythm of Love. I'll put it at a B too. Let's see. Fever. We'll put at an A. It's a solid album. It's a solid pop album, I should remark. Impossible Princess, a solid A, in between an A and B. I personally enjoy it. It's one of my favorite albums, and it's getting a vinyl release this year, or later this year, maybe early next year. So birthday present, Christmas present. No, I'm partially joking. I'm very excited for it. I kind of want to buy it. Light Years, solid album. It's a comeback for 2000. Been 22 years since it released. I want to say recently it's been 22 years since she was photographed for that look. So I don't know if you can look it, or if you want to look it up, Bob. It's called Kylie Light Years. The photo shoot it's real. I want to say it's 100% real. It was taken. The photo was taken in Ibiza, the party island out in Europe. And I want to say that's all natural. I think it's 100% real. I don't think it's a fake background. I think it's real. And basically, the photo shoot from that the entire thing from Light Years. It's one of the best I've seen. And I think they for the Middle East, I think it's been edited, the cover, so it's got a full length leotard covering her, so she doesn't show any of her body parts. Aphrodite, a solid A. Again, together it works. By itself, I think it's clunky a little bit now. I'm older. I'm like, I can tell you what I enjoy about it, what I don't like. Same thing with the Abbey Road sessions. I'll give it a solid A. This is a greatest hits album, but every song has been reworked. There are a few I don't like Love at First Sight and All the Lovers. I think those were some of the worst songs to make it onto the album. I feel like there were better options. The best song on there, I will say, is Finer Feelings. It's in tone with the 90s remix of it, but it's an orchestra backing her instead. And it's one of the best songs she's ever sang, along with Hand on Your Heart, which was influenced by Jose Gonzalez, who did a cover of her song. So a little bit was taken onto that. So it's more of a lighthearted pop song. Confide in Me was an interesting choice. It's heavily, I want to say it's similar to the 90s version that was released, but it's ominous in its tone. Like, a little bit, something about it feels a little bit sinister, and I think that's the best part about it. I think Slow received a different version of it, but it's not one of the better songs on there. Let's see, I'm racking my brain out for it. Never Too Late finished off the album, and I like it. It's a ballad version, and it's interesting. It's new. It's sad, but I think in a hopeful way. I'm trying to think what other songs were on there. And of course there was Flower, which had been performed live on the 2008 tour. And it's a loving ballad. It's about her, again, like I said, since cancer, she's older. She hasn't had the opportunity to give birth to a child. Some relationships had failed. And I think that's what she had been looking for. And it's a nice written song, and I enjoy it a lot. And I think it's one of her most moving songs, because I think some women can relate to it. And I mean, that's really much all I can say. What else was on there? I'm trying to remember. I know Wow and In My Arms got released, but I think they were Australia exclusives only. And it wasn't a bad thing. But they weren't that memorable to me. I don't think they should have been recorded. I Believe in You received its official ballad version of it, which is also nice. It's a great pop song, and it works really well as a ballad. What else was there? It's very difficult to remember. There's a lot of songs to remember. I enjoyed it, and it's great. I like it. What else was there? Let me actually Google this, because I think this is one of the album. I have this, and this is where I got the signed posters from. There's a lot of people that name their album the Abbey Road Sessions. Okay, let me see. Track listing. All the Lovers started it off. I wasn't a big fan of it. On a night like this, it's nice. It's very much a big band. Well, not a big band, but like an orchestral version of it. Better the Devil You Know, I think, was the Torch version of it. So it's a piano version, but I'm not going to say it's a ballad. There's a difference between a ballad and a Torch song, and I think it's more of a Torch. Hand on Your Heart was the one I enjoyed. I Believe in You was a ballad. Come Into My World was also another ballad. It was okay. I don't think we needed one since we already heard a ballad version of it on Showgirls. Find Your Feelings, one of the best songs from the album. Confine in Me, same vein. Like I said, sinister. I'm trying to remember Slow, but I don't remember. The Locomotion. That's probably my favorite version of The Locomotion. It's very 60s. It's got that upbeat, girl pop version of it. Can't Get You Out of My Head. I love Can't Get You Out of My Head. It's a fantastic pop song. It's very hard to rework into a different version of it. And I think that's where a lot of remixes fell, and I think this one did too. Where the Wild Roses Grow with Nick Cave, like he did Come On Again. It doesn't differ that much from the Murder Ballads version of it. It's virtually the same. Flower was the new song. It's fine. I Should Be So Lucky was the newer version of it too. Well, not new, it's the ballad version of it. Or, yeah, I'd say ballad or ballad torch. Which is fine. We had never received a official version of it other than, the live recordings. So it was nice to have an official version. Love at First Sight, can't get rid of it. I'm sorry, it needs to go in the trash. Never Too Late, I do like it. It's very, like I said, sad but hopeful. And that's what ended off the main albums. And then there was Wow and Into My Arms, which were okay. They weren't necessary. I don't think they should have been on there, like as bonus tracks for some places. And that's pretty much it, really. And KM94. This is her self-titled. It's usually better to refer to as KM94. I'll give it a solid A as well. I like it. It's her best vocal work at that time versus Intimate and Live. I think Intimate and Live sounded a bit more, not immature, it just sounded like she was new to this writing process, to this new process for it. Which is okay, because I enjoy Impossible Princess. It's it's one of my favorite albums. But you can tell there's a difference in her vocal ability from, I want to say, polished versus new territory, because this was the first time she had taken creative control for herself, which she fought for. And I think this is what led to Light Years, Fever, taking more of a different approach to how she wants her music created, which is why I think it's always a nice return to pop music for her. Which, again, all of this is still pop. It's just not a common pop, but it's very similar to the veins what was released in the 90s, Alanis Morissette. I'm blanking hard right now. Jewel, stuff like that. So it's very similar to 90s pop that you would have gotten anyway. But KM94, fantastic. Confide in Me, beautiful, masterful. And then it kind of falls off because a lot of people, even myself, I wouldn't say, oh, let me introduce you to this. I think it'd be one of the fewer things I would leave out until they're a hardcore fan, or very much someone who's gonna listen to her most of the time. But yeah, I know very much about Kylie. What else is there? We don't believe in this person. I wonder what disco is. Hold on. Oh, okay. Lilith Disco. This is her latest album. And then we'll end stream, I promise. My voice is giving out a little bit, but I'll go. Dance Floor Darling. It's a bop. I enjoy it. I love it. Unstoppable could have been better. Celebrate You. It's okay. Good song. I like it. My mom likes the song. She says it's very pop. Or not. It's very uplifting. Till You Love Somebody, again, it's okay. Fine Wine, it's a bop. Donna Summer inspired. Hey Lonely, it's okay. Spotlight could have been better. Say Something could have been better. Real Groove featuring with Dua Lipa. Uh, I'm sorry, it could have been better. Magic, it's a iconic. Miss a Thing, I'd say it's iconic. Again, like I said, reproducing vocals that she had nearly 20 years ago in a breathy, airy way, very hard to do. And this is very reminiscent of Fever. Real Groove, absolutely iconic. Monday Blues, it's okay. Supernova, a bop. Say Something, it's okay. Oh wait, that's a. You know what? Say Something. It doesn't matter at this point. What's this one? Last Chance. It's a bop. Like I said, it's ABBA. It's very much ABBA. I love it. It's a bop. And what's this one? Where Does the DJ Go? It's a bop. Okay. So I guess we'll end it off there. Let's find somebody to raid. Bob, will you do me a favor and do the raid messages, please? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right, the Stream Elements needs a sub. Fuck. Let's see. We're gonna go raid my sweet friend Nars, who is playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, which I think is the new beta. I could be wrong. And don't forget, we are still sponsored by HelloFresh, which I will do myself. So you just need some monies first? Fair enough, Bob. Hi, Frostfire. Thank you for sticking around. I know it probably wasn't your thing, but I enjoy speaking about this. I'm going to figure out what other things we could do. Kid Cudi #1. Thank you so much, Yash, for the resub. For 3 months in a row. Good morning. I hope you're doing well. You're also catching us at the end of stream. So, yes, HelloFresh. We're sponsored by HelloFresh. I put in my Discord in the art gallery photos I took while I had some meals. I forgot to take the rest of the photos because I ate them. But we're sponsored by HelloFresh. I enjoy HelloFresh. It's great. I like having stuff delivered to my house so I can come home and cook stuff. And I'm looking forward to getting more boxes in the future from them. So you're gonna go to bed. I hope you have a wonderful sleep, Ash. Thank you so much for the resub. But yeah. I love HelloFresh, and I love all of you. So we're gonna go say hello to Nars. So if you want to raid along, he's wonderful. I know him through Trigger Flow, where we play DVD together. Nars is a hero. I love him. He's great. So go tell him hi. Tell him, Bob, I'm hungry. I have food waiting for me. But yeah, thank you so much for sticking around with me. We'll probably do more tier list on Tuesday. But I'll catch y'all later. I think on Tuesday it's gonna be an afternoon stream. And then I know who we're gonna raid out into, so we'll see. But thank you all so much for stopping by. Have a good night. And copy those raid messages, and we'll raid Mr. Nars.